So, like I said, the past so many different questions. The book is so interesting that you cannot want to drop it. Think of reading it in the next 20 minutes. It's like writing, those days you say it's like writing WIAC in 20 minutes. So let's see how it will go. I have the slide, if we can. Slide will be easy for us to follow. It's a great book for learning the mindset of millionaires, their belief system. That's what this book basically teaches about the belief system in terms of their attitude of millionaires. Yeah. They have a certain attitude, they have the way they see things. The first part of the book is the money blueprint, which I personally call the software, because it's what you put on the software. Then when you say garbage in, garbage out, then what comes out from the hardware after the software is what. So and that money blueprint is the part one of the book. And the second part is the wealth file. I find that very interesting because sometimes he just talks to me. He talks to me directly what I'm doing in my thought life over incident, especially where we are today in Nigeria. You need to concentrate on that 17 wealth file. I might not be able to go through all of them. Like I said, the money blueprint law is divided into two, the inner and the outer. So basically, part one is about the inner part of the book, which has to do with your thinking, it has to do with your belief, habits, strength, feeling, confidence, and trust. I know I tell people that wealth is a habit. It's a habit. Like I said, reading is a habit. Until something becomes a habit, you cannot get the value for it. If you are the type of person that does something every morning and they become a regular part of you, then it will never leave you. There's a saying that said, I'm trying to put it in a better way so that we can understand. He said, I'm trying to put it, but he's just trying to make you understand that your habit is what really makes you who you are. It's the habit. What's your habit? Okay, let me put it this way. So the future of any man or woman is tied to your daily habit. So that's what I'm saying. The future of your life, of your destiny, in any area of your life is tied to your daily habit. And so what are your daily habits in the area of money, health, career, everything? What do you do daily about each of these parts of your life? I tell people, and that's what this book taught also. It talked about your growth mindset. He said your income can grow only to the extent you do. And how do you grow? You grow, like he has said. He said it, and Mrs. Morgan said it also. Your habit, your reading habit, and somebody put it very well. He said, the people you meet will leave you, but the book you read will never leave you. And so that's, for me, is what really makes people. Somebody said, if you tell me the habit, if I sit with you for 24 hours, it was even said in this book, if I spend 24 hours with you, I'll be able to determine what will become of you in 5 years' time. So this book is all about habits, and it's talking about another way. Principle is what it says. Another wealth principle: what is invisible, create what is visible. Sometimes, if you are a Christian like me, you say, "As a man thinketh, so shall it be." You cannot give what you don't have, and sometimes what you have is from the inside of you. There's a local proverb in Africa that said, if you want to know what a man feels about you, is when the person is angry, he will tell you everything that is inside about you. So that's what the book also tells you about. That you have to, if you want to change the visible, you must first change the invisible. If you want to change the visible, you must first change the invisible. So we'll talk about what, like I told, the invisible are things you don't see, your mindset. A lot of people call it these days. I like it the way they call it, your mental health. What are you thinking on the inside? How do you see situation on the inside? The way you see situation on the inside is what you practically tell us on the outside. So that's why I say this book has they call it the inner law. Okay. Then in this book also talks about the four quadrants. He said we exist. He said if you want to change the invisible, you must first change. I mean, if you want to change the visible, you must first change the visible. He said one of the most important things you can ever understand is that we don't live on one plane of existence. We live in at least 4 different realms at once. So, what are the 4 different quadrants he talked about? He talked about the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual. He made us to understand that the most important blueprint for money is not the physical world, but your mental, emotional, and spiritual. And I had this feeling, I heard somebody say it before. Until you see the money in your mind, you can never see it in your hand. So it's all about the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. Then you will see it in the physical. What do you see in your mind? That's what I was talking about. Money is a result. Talk about it. He said money is a result. Wealth is a result. Health is a result. Your weight is a result. We live in a world of cause and effect. Like I just said, your habits. What is your habit about money? What's your habit about wealth? What's your habit about health? What's your habit about weight, losing weight? I have a friend that we talk about. We develop one habit. If we do not go out for workout, we'll be feeling like there is something wrong with us because we've been doing it for years. So the first time we talk early every morning. They say, hello, have you gone out? No. Why? Me, I try to go out, brain fail. Yeah. So it becomes a habit. If he stays for 3 days or 4 days without going out, he's feeling somehow that something is missing because it's a habit. Even inside the rain sometimes, he said, rain beats me today. But it has become a habit that even the rain cannot stop the person. So it's a result. And he said something that I like, say, whatever result you are getting, be the rich or poor, good or bad, positive or negative, always remember that your outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world. So if you think, and if things aren't going well in your outer life, it is because things aren't going well in your inner life. So whatever comes is talking about whatever you are going through, the solution is from the inside. There's one thing they talked about here. The next time he talked about one full declaration for change. You know, sometimes we think declaration is only associated with the spiritual. Well, this book is not a spiritual book, but he talks about declaration. And after each of his topics, if you have the book, after each of these topics, he talks about declaration. He tells you to declare something that you don't know about. So it's the power of declaration. So he calls it declaration. He calls declaration accelerated learning. He approaches from the whole thing. What you hear, you forget. What you see, you remember. What you do, you remember. The key word here is enforcement. What are you declaring? Why are declarations such a valuable tool? Because everything is made of one thing. All energy travel in frequency and vibration. And I was talking to a friend and I said, have you ever thought about it? Sometimes you see somebody and you decide to, just think about somebody. And I'm thinking of this person. I was just thinking of calling you, and all of a sudden, the call comes in. So he tells you your thought also travel. Okay, it tells you about your thoughts. Your thoughts also travel. So what are you thinking can also travel. What you're thinking can also travel. Each declaration you make carries its own vibration frequency. When you state the declaration aloud, its energy vibrates throughout the cell of your body, and by touching your body at the same time, you can feel its unique innocence. Declaration only sends a specific message to us and send a specific message to your subconscious mind. There was a particular book I bought in Laterna some years ago. It's a Christian book. It just portrays this fact. It's called, the title of the book is okay. The title of the book is Money Comment. The title of the book is Money Comment. That was the title of the book. That book is one of the greatest books I've ever read in terms of money. It talks about the power of declaration. It talks about declaring with passion and energy. And what it did for me that time was that I would stay at the corner of my room and I'll begin to shout with so much fervency, energy. Money, comment, money, comment. I was holding that book at the point that in my office there where I was working, they started calling me money, comment. And they said, you come to a point where people begin to know you with that declaration. It became so much part of me that those days is not like now that the bank are so regulated. You can write your name those days and say Muktar Mohammed. You cannot put brackets, money comment. So I do that. And the whole idea was trying to tell me was that even as you are declaring it, let people also declare it for you. Subconsciously gets into you. And before you know, it starts coming to you. And he had a very good declaration that I still use. I will just sit down sometimes and just say money. I will never be broke on the day of my life. I have my needs and desire met. So I say that practically every day. Sometimes that could just be only the prayer of thinking. So I know the power of prayer. Okay, what is the money blueprint? Another introduction to a preset program on ways of being in relationship with money. The important formula is called, it calls the formula TIFA equals R, which is thought leads to feeling, feelings leads to action, action to results. I like that. And I like this analogy. Taking culture, for example, there are certain cultures that have one way of thinking and dealing with money. If I begin to say now, if I talk about an Igbo man, the Igbo man culture is all about what? It's money. They are traders. They are known to be traders. But that's their culture. Anywhere they are. In short, at the point they say the Igbo men are like the Jewish, because they always think anywhere they go, the first thing an Igbo man is thinking about is trading. That's their culture. You talk about when you hear someone say Ijebu, when you say, oh, you are an Ijebu man, that means you are very prudent with your money. Don't just spend money anyhow. It's a cultural thing. If you talk about an Hausa man, you say an Hausa man in this part of the world, Nigeria, they will say Hausa man is ready to do any business that you give to him, whether Okada, whether trading in front of your house. You just want to do something to me, anything. That's how the culture can be. How are we conditioned? The next thing we talk about is the condition. We are conditioned in three ways. We talk in the arena of life and money. Talk about Bible programming. What did you hear when you were young? What did you hear when you were young? Some of us heard a lot of things about money when we were young. One of it is that money does not grow on a tree. I don't know anybody if your parents told you that. When you come today, they say, do you see money in the backyard of my tree? So you just think I can just go and pluck the money and give to them. Sometimes that has a way of affecting our thinking. The second one is what specific incident? What did you experience when you were young about them? Some of us experienced so much lack and became a springboard to want to. Because it was more or less like anytime you go home and you ask for money, you know the answer. That if you're a working class, it's either months overhead. Why are you coming at this time? I cannot pay me salary. Talking about my own experience. So when you go home, you have to wait. And sometimes you come, then the father is telling you that yes, it's on the 30th, but they haven't paid. They will pay on the 30th. So you go back. Those are specific experience. That the never reach the same people. So they model us like that. So we are not going after any money. Once you see money, then you will not make it. So then the only way you can make heaven poor is model. So anytime you see anything, which is actually one of the most interesting things is the called the West Part. Yeah, it talked about how they reach things very differently from the poor and the poor people. They think differently about money, wealth, themselves, other people, basically every other pieces of their life. The author gave us 70 different ways they reached him, and he called them the West Part. We are going to examine some of these differences as part of your precondition and install some of them into your mind, and you can then catch yourself when you are thinking like the poor and the middle class. So I'll just talk about there are 17. I won't have it to talk about all of them. I just picked up 8. This one I like it because it's a slogan we use, especially in Africa, in Nigeria. Rich people believe I create my life. Poor people believe life happened to me. That's what they happen. Then there's the one that we normally use nice. Don't make Nigeria happen to you. Nigeria will not happen to you because of prayer. So, so people, that's the way the poor just think. I mean, I create my life. The rich person never believe anything happened to him by chance. So nothing happened to him that take him away. Secondly, they say rich people are committed to being rich. Poor people to be rich. Everybody can talk. When they go, I can't forget differences. Anybody can talk. My father owned the airport. My father drive this car. Everybody can talk his children. But committed to do it. The rich are committed to whatever they want. They are so committed. Everything they want to do, they are committed to it. In their businesses, in their attitude, in everything they do. Rich people think big, poor people think small. It's still the same thing. I tell people it's the same. The amount you used to think small, the time it's the same time you're going to use to think big. It doesn't cost you anything to think. It doesn't cost you anything to think. Think it. Just think it. Whether you're thinking small or you're thinking big, it's up to you. Rich people focus on opportunity. Poor people focus on obstacle. Rich people focus on their net worth. Poor people focus on their working income. For the poor man, once he has money, all he thinks about is the car that he wants to drive, the area he wants to stay in Lagos. So the guy just hits some good money. Maybe this day's economy, those are days it was $1 million. But in the exchange rate now, the man just hits like 10 million. And the next thing he's staying in, maybe he's staying in Ojodu. The next thing he's saying, you know what? I'm moving to the island. He's not going to buy the place, he's going to rent a place on the island. I have arrived. So he's thinking about his working. For the rich, they're always thinking of their net worth. I was telling somebody, all of a sudden, one of my friends in Discord, I was telling him, I said, can you imagine? That good day I finished with finally. That good day is thinking of steel. Money they do out. That good day started as a trailer. I mean, bringing trailers from the north. All of a sudden, he went to fertilizer. He's not an engineer, but he employed the best of engineers. He knows, I saw him talking about refinery on the news. I want to say, it's not so built himself that he knows his business. And he's now finishing it. The last time he was with the Senate president, he was talking about steel. He said, now I want to begin to assemble our own type of truck. Yeah, the truck. You don't want to have to break it abroad. We are putting an assembly plant. I was like, wow, we are going to get to what building. wealth for him, net worth. So, but for the rich, the net worth would be a car, the wristwatch, the phone that he's using, the area that he's living. I jokingly told somebody, I said, because we are not very, very rich, if you want to go to a particular occasion, you need to dress to suit that occasion. If you're calling for a dinner, you can wear your suit, wear your boot. You want to suit it. Everybody want to dress like that. There's not all about dress like that. If you Richard Graf a enter with his jeans and his sleeveless top, that's the person all of us will concentrate on. He's not thinking, he's thinking network. But we are thinking appearance. So the rich people have their money, work hard for them. Poor people work hard for themselves. I can't forget what my son told me some months ago. We're sitting together, and I said, you need to work hard very hard. To make it in life, you have to work very hard. And the boy said, that they are telling God. I said, they come out and they working hard. We need to say, we need to work smart. So thank you. Yes, I was trying to say work smart. So working hard is good. But making your money work hard for you is the best thing. Today there's somebody that live for everybody. When you wake up, when you open the newspaper, you have millions of dollars. He's buying one every day for him. While we are thinking of the next Japan move, he's thinking of who has money can work hard for him. With the poor, when you wake up, you are thinking of about 5 million, 10 million. It's time to Japan. And I'm happy I'm one of those people that patronize Laterna for this every month. I tell you, I'm not joking. If I go and ask them, if I don't spend, I spend like 50,000 buying books. I learned this from my Mudok. He said, what somebody took over 50 years to learn, and they are giving you opportunity to learn it in 1 hour or 1 week or 2 weeks. You just walk past it. Whatever, there's nothing that expands you more than reading. And the challenge we have is this to be saying, but it has changed to me. They say if you want to hide something from the black man, put it in a book. But I think that is changing. I think that is changing. A lot of black people read these days very well, even if they are not comparable to their amount of work, but a lot of black people do read. So I first tell people what differentiates some of those people that they graduated together and you sometimes is that when they graduated, they never read any book of self-development. They think they already know it. They never read one book after graduation. They are into marketing. The new marketing they read in school is that marketing they are still using today. They are not developing themselves. That marketing has gone digital. Their career, they don't know. It's not the A star that you made in school that differentiates you, that gives you promotion. It's the character you build. They are not reading book of people that are established autobiography. So I would like to end it like this. Unveiling the Secret of the Millionaire Mind is a transformative masterpiece by the author. This book not only decodes the physiology of millionaire, but also deliver actionable strategy for readers to adopt this mindset with engaging writing and practical exercise. If financial advice inspired a holistic approach to life, from reprogramming limited belief to setting goals, this book is a game changer. For those seeking lasting success, I like that. Lasting success and wealth. A must reach, a must read, desirable, a permanent spot on every aspiring millionaire bookshelf. He has a permanent spot in my bookshelf. I'll be glad if you can have a permanent spot on your bookshelf. It's a book. Yeah, a lot of books that I can read over and over and over and over. This is one of them. The other ones that Laterna has. If they permit me, I will talk about them. No, they still have them. don't have them, they'll be there. Like I thought about one. I wish you can get that book back to your shelf. About 15 years ago. The title of the book is Money Comes by Lauren Thompson. It's a very masterpiece book on wealth. The best I've read, especially the area of confession. Thank you very much.
Like many of the things you talked about, money does not grow on trees and everything like that. So how have you been able to reprogram yourself? I like the part where you talked about, your confessions. Is there any other thing you did with reprogramming yourself to be able to take advantage of the opportunities around?
Okay. Thank you so much. Maybe I didn't get to talk a lot. After reprogramming myself, the other thing I did was to also, like I said, inside your mindset, my mindset was changed. So you could also have a changed mindset and not be able to move forward. You could keep on doing nothing happened. You could have all to believe in the world and nothing still happened. I think one of the changed mindset I actually did was after the inner law, I also have to work on my outer law. I didn't say so much about the outer law. I had all the confession and everything. Then the next thing I had to do was to do the outer law, which has to do with my business knowledge, money management, and investment strategy. So I needed to work on that. What's my business knowledge? Whatever I want to do, like I said, I'm a stockbroker in life, I'm a financial coach. Then I started reading business books, trying to develop myself. I know I want to go into finance. What's the latest in financial law? What is the market saying globally? The latest money management skill that I can learn how to. Before now, I think when we talk about managing money, you just think about you have to put it in the bank. So I begin to think what are other ways I can make sure my money works for me. We have to just leave my money like that. So those were part of the things I was learning about. Most of them come by, like you said, the welfare issue. So I was learning on that. So I learned about savings, I learned about investing. I also learned about spending, how to spend money wisely, because it's also part of it. Then investment strategy. I had to read most of the greatest investors that they were involved of this world. How they invest, what are their strategies, how do they think, how do they invest? Do they invest during the rainy time or do they invest during downtime? So those are part of the other things that I had to develop within myself.
Thank you very much. Any questions so far? Questions? Thoughts? Okay, so okay, sir. Please. So please, if you could just tell us your name and then your what you want to ask.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Muktar. Not as if many less was expected. For a number of people, one of the pillars of what you talk about is habit. It's the habit that determines what you do. So it's very easy to say that 40 and 50 and 60. I'm already past that age. What can I do? I think might be important to also lay the emphasis on the fact that it is when you wake up, there is no money. Right? So basically, I think that also leads to the book. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. When some of the people you look up to begin to ask you questions, it's very sure you want to answer it well. It's Mr. Harry, somebody that I've known for years. I've watched him from afar, say he put his career to the height of his career before he stepped out to do what he wants to do now. So he has reached the height of his career in the banking sector. So for him to be saying that, I think he knows what he's saying. I think one thing I tell people is that when you look at the list of the world richest people, you realize that those that actually started making their wealth from 50 are still there. Go and Google the 10 richest people in the world or the 20 richest people. Hardly, if you see somebody in their 30s that started making wealth in their 30s, then you're talking about this jet age. I mean, you're talking about the computer age of Microsoft. I think I think for me, I think those are the people that are there, the internet millionaire. There were times that they were all there before the internet first came. So for me, I think most of the people that are really been able to sustain their wealth are people that started getting wealth with their abilities. From 45 to 50, their wealth, they're able to sustain it till they pass it on to their next generation. So I always tell people that when you start making success at the age of 50, some of those success are very sustainable because at that time there are a lot of things that are mundane for you. At 50, you're not thinking of the car you want to drive or you want to show off. You are thinking of legacy. So when you are building wealth at 50, you are always thinking, what can I do for the next generation? When you are in your 30s, you're building wealth in your 30s. Sometimes you just think about the useful exuberant. That's why we have the most footballers, yes. Most footballers, athletes, you see them, they build their wealth when they're 20, they earn so much. By the time they are in their 30s, 35, you see them suffering from one mental health or the other. So for me, I think if you are able to start building your wealth from the age of 40, 45, 50, it's sustainable, very, very sustainable, because a lot of lessons and experience have come to play. I tell people, life, life itself becomes a mistake when you keep on doing the same thing over and over again. But life becomes a lesson. You learn your lessons from it. You moved on.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Gabriel has a question. Gabriel is online, and it says this is a good review. And he's asking, what simple first steps can a beginner or well-sustaining or well-sustained and sustaining? Thank you. That's from Gabriel. Gabriel, thank you for the question.
Yeah, for me, the first part is the inner law. I will just say, what's your mindset? What's your mindset? And your mindset has to do when you open your mouth, do we trust you? Can I do business with you? It comes from the inside. I tell people that are rich and arrogant were arrogant when they were poor. What they couldn't show is because they were poor. So when they become very, where their arrogance begins to show. So what I tell people is that whatever you want to be, you could be it even without getting there. And that is the outer law when you said about your mindset. Like I said, the first point about this book is, do you see money in your mind? Once you see money in your mind, then that's the first step. Then the second step is the business knowledge, money management, and investment strategy. But the first step is your mind, your mindset. What do you see? What do you see? Do you see money on inside your mind? Do you believe that? Other than you believe, do you believe you deserve to be rich? You know, some people don't believe that they deserve to be rich, especially in this part of the world. You say, oh my God, I can't believe it. I mean, you were not planning it, and that's why you see the people that win the lottery 1 year after they are poor, because it came suddenly. There's a saying that says preparation is the eyes that sees opportunity. So once you are prepared for wealth, when wealth comes, it will stay, but it has to come from the inside.